One.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard.
And my name is Paul Rowe.
It's true. It is. It is Paul Rowe.
Welcome back, sir.
It is. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. Well, before we get into talking about the crazy ass adventures that have been your life lately, let's do a few shout outs. I give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. That's royaltynutrition.com. And to help me out with that, as always, is Warhorse.
Welcome to Damascus.
No Warhorse tonight.
No Warhorse tonight.
Warhorse is on
Well,
a
anyway,
different disc, and I did not put it on I didn't think about it until right now.
It's 100% all right. But hey, congratulations to Warhorse. He got married last week.
Very nice.
So,
Congratulations.
but anyway, royaltynutrition.com. Check them out. They are high quality supplements that are made with you in mind. They do not go with the automatic cheapest option when they're making their formulations. Check them out. Supplements meant for royalty. No fake promises, just stuff to help you get along your way. royaltynutrition.com. Use the discount code 37HAKE to save you 15% on your entire order. Give some more love to the Gorilla Gains. That's gorilla-gains with a Z.com. They are a high performance apparel company that you can wear in and out of the gym comfortably. Check them out and use the discount code JAKE15 to save you 15% on your whole order. They also make great lifting equipment to help keep you safe while you train. I use them all the time. Once again, that discount code is JAKE15. My last shout out for the evening will be to the FitOps Foundation. That's www.fitops.org. They are a not-for-profit organization that helps veterans rediscover their purpose after their active duty military service through camaraderie, relearning life skills, and not becoming just personal trainers, but highly qualified trainers. Check them out if you're looking for a great cause to donate to. It's fitops.org/donate. Paul, hit him with some good news.
All right. The first shout I'll give out to is my physical therapist, who I just saw a few hours ago. Been dealing with some back pain due to the stress going on in my life, and they are an awesome team. It's Advanced Physical Therapy. Check them out. They're out in Gilbert over off of Higley and Pecos. Mandy, who's the lead physical therapist, is amazing at what she does. They have an amazing staff. I highly recommend if you're looking to get out of pain and not want to use drugs, definitely I would recommend doing advanced physical therapy. Next shout out I'm going to give out to is my brother Kyle Summers, who works over as a therapist at Purpose Healing Center, the addiction specialty location out in Scottsdale, Arizona. You can check them out at purposehealingcenter.com. If you're having any type of addiction issues, alcohol, drugs, eating, whatever it may be, check them out. There's always help out there, and I cannot stress that enough with everything that's been going on in my life recently. Always reach out if you need help. And the last shout out I'm going to give out to is to the Pigeon Coop, my old homeroom, which was my old home group, which was a men's only meeting. And it was, wow. I apologize. I've been having memory problems since my seizures. Forgive me. I forget what the home group was called, but it's on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. And you can check it out. They have all types of meetings, so AA, NA. It's a great location, great hall, lots of good sobriety there. If you're looking to find a good meeting, go to pigeoncoop.org, and you can look up their meeting list. And that's all I got.
That was pretty smooth.
Pretty fantastic.
I'm not even mad about it. Let's give some love to Buy Studios. How about some of that love? This podcast could not happen without DJ Swirl and his Buy Studios. He's got this whole setup where we don't even have to leave our house. We can do this podcast from where we are at. It's wonderful, and I love it. So thank you, DJ Swirl.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. So what's up, boys?
Man,
what's new?
Well, we got a. If you look behind me, no, this way. Britt got a Peloton.
Ooh.
She used it for the first time this evening. She likes it.
That's the
She
one
said it
where
was-
you can like choose the online coaches and shit like that, right?
Yeah, you take your spin classes at home.
Okay.
Yeah, they came in and set it up for us this morning. It was super nice.
Nice. What's up with the old dishwasher just chilling there?
So I didn't have the old one pulled out by the time they came to drop this one off, so they couldn't do the hallway. That's why the old dishwasher's
Gotcha.
sitting out there. Yeah. So we have a new dishwasher,
Who'd you get the dishwasher from?
Lowe's.
Bro, I could have hooked you up at Spencer's.
Oh, well,
Yeah. Any appliances, dude, just let me know. I can get a discount.
hang on. Hey, woman! Paul says we need appliances. We got to hit him up because he's got the hookup. And we fucked up real bad, is what he said.
That's not
Yes,
what I
he
said.
He said every part.
He said, "What the fuck, Britt?" That's a direct quote. You know how Paul talks to you all the time. There. Got your message passed.
Fucking lies. Yeah. No shit.
So anyway, Paul, I think I'm not telling you to do anything that will make you uncomfortable, but I think the people that do listen would like to know what happened.
Where I've been.
Yeah.
I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. It started back in April. April 13th is actually the day it happened. Thank God it happened at work. I had 2 grand mal seizures and ended up in the hospital for a week and ended up getting rhabdo, which is when your muscles seize up so bad it releases toxins into your bloodstream. So we were able to figure out what the cause of the seizure was. It was due to one of the medications that they had me on, and for testosterone replacement. Ended up having the seizures early in the morning at work. And again, thank God it happened at work because my coworker found me. When he came in, he said he thought I was passed out drunk underneath my desk. And then he said when he got closer, my clothes were drenched. I guess I just was sweating so bad. And had it happened here at home, I would have fallen on tile, hit my head on something, wouldn't have been found for hours, or God forbid if I was driving. So thankfully that happened. However, when I was in the hospital, so I was on 7 medications leading up to the seizures, and Des, my fiance, she brought all the medication to the hospital so they could continue to give them to me. Well, they didn't give them to me, and I completely was out of it, so I didn't even think about it. And you're not supposed to just cut cold turkey antipsychotic and antidepressant medications. So my psychiatrist kind of thinks that's what kicked off my depression. So I was on disability for a little while for the seizures for about a week. Week after that happened, my soon-to-be sister-in-law got admitted to the hospital due to problems with her pregnancy. Everything's fine now. She ended up having the baby 4 days ago. Baby's healthy. She's healthy. But she ended up in the hospital a week after I was in the hospital. And then the week after that, my brother's girlfriend and we've known her for probably 7, 8 years. She's been a part of the family, one of my brother's best friends, actually. And he finally started dating her about 6 months ago. And she was coming out of an In-N-Out parking lot with a passenger, and it was a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and a Jeep with a woman who was high as a kite was going 65 miles the opposite direction and hit them head on. And the driver of the Jeep died at the scene. Shauna, who we know, died at the hospital the next day and donated her organs. And I don't know how this happened, but the passenger only broke her ankle. So that fucked up my brother pretty bad. He was playing the what if game because 2 minutes before the accident happened, he sent her a text. So he started thinking, was she looking down at the text? I'm like, you can't play that what if game. So all this shit's going on, and I'm not on any type of medication. I'm wondering why I'm so fucking depressed. And so finally, I get seen by a psychiatrist, and he's like, "All right, you ready to go back to work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so," because he started me on a medication called Decapro and worked my way up. I've been on it for 3 weeks now. Still haven't really felt the effects yet. And then I'm also on Wellbutrin for the depression. And so when I agreed to go back to work, he was kind of hesitant about it. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but I showed up at work, met with a coworker who found me, and we talked for about a minute. And then I went to my desk and I fucking had a nervous breakdown. I freaked the fuck out. I can't even explain it. I've never had that experience before. Like it was just I was out of my body and I just couldn't contain myself. I told my boss, I was like, I gotta go. I can't be here. And thankfully, she was understanding. And so the next week I met with my psychiatrist again. I told him what happened. He's like, yeah, we need to get your depression under control. And so we bumped up the Decapro, and I started seeing a therapist, which I've seen now twice. But this depression's kicked my ass, man. I've never dealt with depression like this before. And Des, my fiance, she's like, well, that's because you've always numbed it out. And I quit smoking weed a few weeks back because I applied for a job called Northrop. My brother-in-law works for them, and they got a couple of big factories out here that's hiring. So I quit smoking, and I don't really drink. And so I guess she's right. I'm so used to numbing everything out. And so I've just been dealing with this depression every fucking day where I'm laying on the couch not wanting to move. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to touch anybody. I don't want to be around anybody. And it's this complete numb feeling. And you guys have both met him. My old sponsor, Jeff, he came into town and it was supposed to stay the night last night, but some things happened. But he was able to sit and visit with me for a couple hours, and he nailed it right on the head. Was that what I want is I want to feel again, and that's completely true. And I'm so over this numb feeling of just not wanting to be around. I don't like I want to feel again. I want to have that spark again and like have joy in my life and not be this shell of a person on top of me feeling fucking worthless and having deserving issues because Des is at work. We're saving up for a wedding. She's having to deal with my ass with all this depression. And she's going to work, she's doing side jobs, and here I am fucking laying on a couch and going to see doctors. Not to mention I'm seeing a cardiologist, which I had a stress test today for because there's some blockage that they're concerned about. And that was an eye-opening experience because after 10 minutes on the treadmill I was sweating my ass off, and I was like, yeah, I think it's time to get my ass back in the gym. But I will say for the last week, every day, I've been reaching out and talking to different people. I've been going on a 20-minute walk. Next week, starting Monday, I'm going to start going back to the gym. And I'm going to start yoga on Thursday. And I've just been trying to be of service as much as possible. Like my good buddy Donovan, he's been having car problems, so I went over a few days ago and helped him out with that. And then I had to go help him again this morning. And yeah, dude, that's just where I'm at. It's just I like even this right now is a struggle for me. Like I don't want to be doing this, but I know I need to get out of my comfort zone. I need to get back into doing things that I get joy out of. And I know at some point, I think what it is I'm waiting for those pills to kick in because it's been my mentality for 20 plus years that if I take this drug or take this drink, it goes away immediately, and that's not what's happening. And so, thankfully, I have a meeting with my psychiatrist on Monday, and then I see my therapist on Tuesday. So we'll see what the game plan is and where we can go from here. Because I'm at that place where I'm willing to make the change, whatever change that needs to be.
Hey, and I'm proud of you, man, because you went through the fucking ringer. You got hit hard with some life,
After
and
having COVID.
yeah, like you've had one hell of a 2021. That's
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, man.
No doubt.
yeah. Hey, but the thing is, it was just like when I stopped by the house and sat with you for a bit, and then we both took a nap, which was sweet.
Yep.
But dude, like I think you're meant to go through this for real. It's you've got years of stuff that you haven't dealt with, and there's just a lot of this was the catalyst for the ocean to churn. Now all that crap from the bottom's washing up on shore.
Yep. That's what Jeff was saying, is that this was, there's a lot of even though, I went through the program and did my steps. And for those that are in the program, the fourth step is like the jury one, where you do self inventory and you write down all the shit that you've done. And I thought I dealt with it, but I didn't deal with it with the mental sense. And there's a lot of repressed shit that I need to work through, and I'm realizing that my kids are a huge trigger. So
Yeah.
it's just having to work through that.
Well, so when it comes to your kids and stuff, is it more of just like you're more pissed at yourself and they don't understand where you're at now, kind of thing, or is it?
No, it's because they're 16 and 15, and they got social lives, and I want to be selfish, and because I barely get any time with them as it is. I get them every other weekend, and it's now at the times when I get them. Bree's got a party here. Dom's got a party over there. They want to hang out here, and I get it. I didn't want to hang out with my parents when I was a teenager, but I also grew up with my parents, so it's hard for me because every time they show up, I get really happy, and then when they leave, that drive home after me dropping them off fucking sucks. And I know I need to work through that.
Well, you think how do I want to word this? Is Bree old enough to not lay it all on her, but to maybe like go out, take her out on a date kind of thing and talk to her?
I've thought about it, but I don't know if. My only concern is that she's going to go back and tell Shannon.
Well,
and then Shannon's going to be like, yo, he's not fucking fit and stable. They shouldn't be going over there at all.
They're at the age where they can decide that.
And also,
right. And that's my fears.
If you're
that they'll
going through that, but you're not seeking help, that is a bad situation for the court. But if you're doing the steps to right yourself, that is actually going to work against her. So it's not worth her time.
Yeah. So
True. Yeah,
you got to think about it. You've got a counselor, you've got a psychologist, and a psychiatrist. On top of you're actively you've held this job for what? Longest you've held a job in ever, probably, right?
Yep.
You've got a beautiful, gorgeous, huge house. You're getting married. Other than the stuff you're dealing with, when the trains go off the tracks, you're like, your life is together. And so if she were to take you to court over you making yourself a better person, that would make her look like shit.
That's a good point.
You know, like,
Yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to take her out and talk to her.
I mean, like, I wouldn't, lay everything on her, be like, hey, listen,
Right.
here's, you're old enough to
you.
understand, here's a bit of the reason, and I'll explain more of it later as you get older, but here's part of the reason why I was gone and what was going on. And, I know you've heard your mom and your stepdad's story, but here's it coming from me,
Yep.
So I think that might help you out too, because your kids haven't heard your story.
No, they haven't. And I've been waiting. I thought it would be better to wait until they're older, like adults. But Bree's way ahead of her time, man. That's for damn sure.
Well, I was just going to tell you. I mean,
you do a podcast, so you literally could just link her and be like, this is something I have a difficult time talking to you about, but we definitely talk about it with the guys. So that would at least give her some kind of insight. Because you don't, until you have that conversation with her, you don't know where her head's at. You know that she's a teenager, she's a female, so there's a lot of emotions going on one way or the other. And, you get really disappointed when you try and things don't work out. This would be a way of you trying and just letting her react to it. Because if she's way ahead of her time, then the chances are better that she's going to reach out and be like, Dad, let's talk, right? Because it's not like you're a deadbeat. You're not trying to hang out with them. They're just teenagers that don't want to hang out with parents.
Yep.
So, that's just the phase that you're at now. But yeah, if you give her something that just shows, at least what you're doing, or what you've been through, and you can make it as PG as you want, but just make sure that you're open and receptive to however she reacts to it, because that first reaction is going to be very visceral.
Yep, that is true.
But your daughter's
that's a good point. I appreciate it.
Cool as shit and is intelligent and all of those things. So she's not a petty, unintelligent person who wouldn't be able to grasp it. You know what I mean? So you've got that going on your side already.
Yeah, it's a good point. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll probably have to wait for Don till Don turns like 21.
Yeah. He's a total mama's boy.
Well, no, I meant mentality-wise too. He's got.
Yeah, true. That is true.
He's got shit to do right now. He's pretty busy. So.
Yep.
So yeah, man.
I apologize. I am a little tired. I only got 2. Sorry, just seeing what time it was. Dez is taking me out on a date tonight.
Ooh, where you going?
Yeah. Go play some pool.
Cool. Well, good for you.
Yeah, just to get me out of the house. So, the one thing that's been fucking with me is after the seizures, my memory. It's been messing with me, and they said that can go away or it could stay. That they don't know.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just the seizure you had; it was also you hit your head and then you like bit a quarter of your tongue off. So
yeah, dude, that took forever to heal. That literally probably just healed about a week ago.
You bit part of your tongue off?
Yeah.
Damn, that's news to me.
Well, it wasn't off. Like you bit like through it though, right?
Yeah, I bit. Yeah, my teeth went through it.
Yeah. Either way, it still sounds like it sucked.
Dude, Ryan, when I went.
Fucking.
Ryan, when I went to go see him at the hospital, he was all drugged up, right? Because and he's laying there and why did my tongue hurt?
Oh man,
big fucking swollen tongue.
I'm sorry, bro.
And they were telling him not to stand up to piss, and they brought him the piss jug, and he's like, "I'm not doing this with you right there." And he went and stood in the corner, just, like kind of tried to like lean on the wall. I wasn't gonna try and stop him, but I just had to like kind of watch him in case I was gonna catch a falling peeing Paul.
I don't remember any of that.
It's all right, dude. like Des was like, "Here's the hospital he's at. They're getting ready to move him." I was like, "I'll come sit with him. You gotta go handle some stuff." So I came and sat with you for like another hour and a half.
You're a good friend, brother. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, just as long as you know I hate your guts, that's what's important here.
What's new with you guys?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we got last time we spoke? Didn't you say that you were considering re-enlisting? Was that on the table or not something?
No, I was looking at maybe possibly doing a contract, and so I'm still weighing the pros and cons of that. I have my first round of paperwork that I need to send out.
Well, I'm not trying to jinx or anything. We just haven't spoken in a while.
Yeah, no, I'm still up in the air about it. I think it'd be good for everybody. It's just I kind of I want to go back just because I like, how the Vietnam veterans go back to Vietnam now.
Sure.
Well, so I think it'd be something like that, but it would be.
So at this point in your career, do you get to choose? Do you have any kind of leeway on where you get to go?
It wouldn't be for the military. It'd be through a private company.
Okay.
And right now they're hiring for Kabul, Afghanistan, and I think Baghdad. So.
And is it working at the embassy?
Yeah, doing what Derek does.
Okay.
So is that low risk?
Pretty much, man. He sits in a truck all day and watches a camera,
Very
and
nice.
then occasionally walks somebody to a different building. It's not really that far away. It's not as hands-on as what it used to be. It's not the Wild West that when Blackwater was Blackwatering folks out in the streets and shit.
So how does that have to do with troops allegedly coming home?
So it'll be embassy guard work. So once your embassy's there, unless the home country that's allowing your embassy to be there says get out.
Ah, I see.
So these kind of jobs they exist. Like if I wanted to, I could go find other companies working in Africa or Europe or whatever.
Yeah.
But so this is one of those things. It'd be kind of like therapeutic in a way because I get to go back and then chill, kind of, and get paid, and then it also open up a bunch of other doors if I wanted to go and do anything else anywhere else.
That's cool, man.
So
options are always good.
Options are options. Crypto market's down.
There he is. There it is. I was waiting for that to come out, but I didn't want to bring it up. So.
Oh. No, I'm good. I cashed out a bunch, and then bought in to another thing as it was tanking, and then it tanked more. So we'll have to see how it goes.
The market is evening things out.
She's a fickle demon,
That's crazy, man.
Aren't the stocks going up right now?
Well, this is it's cryptocurrency, buddy. It's a whole different animal. My stocks are okay. I can pull them up and look at them. The only stock I have that's really down is my Tesla. I bought a share of Tesla at $800.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, geez,
and it's sitting at $578.99 right now.
Oh.
But that's
it dropped that much. Damn.
What happened? Do you know? Aside from the terrible SNL appearance.
It has a lot to do with their battery contract, I think, and the Cybertruck things. If Tesla and SpaceX were together, this wouldn't be an issue, I don't think, because SpaceX successfully landed the Starship their last launch. Have you guys doesn't know anything about that?
Nothing.
No, successfully landed at where?
In Houston, Texas, where he's got the base. Dude, so he's developed this rocket. It goes up, and they have it set because it's all run on computer right now. And it hits a certain altitude. It turns its engines off, and then does a belly flop, goes on its belly, and falls like this. Okay. Then it hits a certain altitude, it falls. It rights itself, turns the engine on, and it puts these landing gears down and lands itself.
That's fucking cool.
Dude, when they do those live streams, I have them streaming all day because they could take anywhere from 4 hours to 24. I'm just like,
how much does that cost?
What?
Well, lots and lots.
Yeah.
Well, but like, I'm talking about just on the hype alone of him actually landing it, because the rocket before it landed, but the landing leg broke and it kind of collapsed on itself, and then they couldn't get the fire suppression system to suppress things, and then it blew up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was expensive.
Oh yeah. But watching all this shit go down live is fucking rad. Like if I had billions of dollars, I'd be doing some ridiculous shit like that too. So let's not.
Yeah, that is true. You would be.
This is my rocket. It's my 20th one. Excuse me? Did you say 20th? Yeah.
So why is SpaceX doing better than Tesla then?
Well, Tesla's not SpaceX isn't a publicly traded company, but Tesla, the problem with Tesla is they've been working on their autopilot for their cars.
Uh-huh.
And the autopilots have been having like some computer hiccups. And like one Tesla ran over somebody and the other like wrecked, which led to a fatality kind of thing.
Wasn't Biden supposed to go to their plant? Or was some electric car company plant?
No, he went to Ford.
Ford, okay.
Yeah, he went to Ford, and that whole thing happened.
What whole thing?
The whole thing. He was there.
Oh, I was waiting for an incident.
Well, I mean,
no, that's Biden. Biden's boring.
He went.
Nothing to talk about. He went to a plant, drove a truck, gave it a thumbs up, and left.
Yeah, he didn't
do some racist, misogynist, xenophobic shit, and just bounced. Like normal.
Didn't even sniff a kid. It was weird. It's a normal day.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, yeah. But Tesla's down because there's just been a lot of hiccups with their.
And you knew all this was a possibility before you invested?
Yeah. Well, so I believe in the company.
What isn't $800 like really high already? Where's it going to
Really
go
high.
from there?
Well, so Tesla, the stock they actually split. So it was something like if you owned one, you then effectively owned three, and the price dropped. So I waited for it to drop to 800, and I bought in.
What did it drop from?
They were close to $1,000 a share.
Jesus.
So it basically lost half of its value.
Right, but see, before it split, it was like way up there. It was competing with like Amazon stock and shit. One of the smartest things I did because I was trying to play it like that again. Was I have Apple stock in my IRA, and Apple split, so I went from having some to more, and its price keeps going up. So I figured, well, why the fuck not? But it's just not doing that.
How much is Amazon right now?
Let me pull that up for you, Chief.
Do you have any Amazon stock?
I do not.
God, could you imagine buying that 10 years ago?
Amazon stock price currently is $3,201 a share.
Oh my fucking God. That is insane.
I bought a $20 lottery ticket and didn't win $500 million, so I don't feel as bad.
God.
That's insane, dude.
That is an incredible amount of money for one share.
Yeah,
They bought a $500 million yacht after his divorce. After leaving his title as CEO, he spent $500 million on a boat.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. It has like 20-something bathrooms or something. I briefly read the article or what I saw, but it's unfathomable. Meanwhile, his ex, she's like donating a whole bunch of her money to colleges, and she's doing all this philanthropy, and he's on a boat.
Yeah. He's living his best life.
Man. And then Bill Gates apparently left Microsoft, and then now and then he got divorced, or he's separating with Melinda, and there's an extramarital affair. So
there's the extramarital affair, and that's what caused him to step down from his board position because he wasn't the CEO anymore. But so what I'm trying to figure out is he went from being a media like darling to all of a sudden everything's unraveling. So who did he?
When you're at that level, how do you not have a mistress or expect to have a mistress?
I'm glad,
come on.
You know, man, I'm glad you brought that up because I was talking to my boy and I posted about the Melinda Gates thing, and so he like responded to it. He's like, you should already know that's part of the deal. And I said, oh, okay, cool, no big deal. But if it's the other way around, is your lady able to? He goes, absolutely. I go, all right, cool, man, good for you. I said, I agree. I'm not at that level. Don't think I ever will be. But yeah, things get interesting at that level of income.
Just ridiculous amount of money for no reason. Shit.
Yeah.
I just got done watching this show called Brotherhood, and it's essentially the Irish version of Sopranos. And it's got a bunch of politicians in it, and all the high-level politicians all have mistresses. Like when you're at that level, dude, the wife should expect that.
Well, that's not even. Is this loosely based on the entire Kennedy life story? That entire family?
No, because it was a much smaller family. It was just two boys. One was a politician, the other one was a gangster.
Dude, you want to look into some real life fuckery. The Kennedys.
Oh, the Kennedys have a ton of it, dude. Fucking Joe was connected to the mafia, man.
Well, and they also had the mentally disabled daughter.
Yep.
That they lobotomized.
Yep.
And then it was like John wasn't even supposed to be the politician. It was his older brother.
Yep.
It's some it's weird.
You want to talk about a fucked up man? That Joe Kennedy was a fucked up man.
Well, what was I going to tell you? God damn it.
John was supposed to be a politician. He was supposed to be his older brother.
Yep, and then John, what did he have? He had Like
he had what the fuck was
spina
that?
bifida,
It was,
right?
yeah, something like that. It was with his spine.
Yep. And
Yeah,
then
he
that
was
led
hooked
to
on
it.
painkillers.
He was hooked on meth.
Meth, yeah. It's true.
He was on that Hitler cocktail and didn't kill a whole bunch of people. Well, that's not true. Vietnam. Ooh. Anywho. That's another thing. Have you looked into that? The Nazi candy bars, the German soldier candy bars, they're chocolate bars that they had. So, in your old school war rations, you'd get like a chocolate bar because it helped you feel better. Because pure chocolate, really works with depression and shit, like when you're missing things. Right. But the Germans put meth in their chocolate bars and then like everything. So that's why when like the Blitzkrieg was happening, it was fucking happening.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you thought?
God, I wonder how they were making it back then.
You thought they murdered millions of people sober?
No, I knew it wasn't fucking sober, but I didn't know it was meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hitler was getting towards the end there.
Meth is a recent term, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what they were calling it, but it was they were telling Hitler that it was vitamins to help him feel more young and alive. And towards the end of his run there, he was getting 3 or 4 shots of this shit a day, just hankly crankly, and
God. I didn't know meth had been around that long.
Yeah, I mean, it was amphetamines. They finally cracked down on it, but American pilots were taking amphetamines up in the sky forever.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Doctors used to recommend smoking to you. Like,
yeah.
Before information, a lot of wild shit went down. Yeah.
Yeah, man. True. Like, laudanum. Laudanum used to be the go-to, and that's pretty much, isn't that heroin? It's poppy derived.
If it's poppy, it's heroin.
Yeah, and they used to just straight up give kids like cocaine for toothaches and shit.
Yeah,
like, which it works.
Shit, my grandfather would put a thimble of whiskey in my bottle.
I was just about to say that. What's the difference between that and swabbing your kid's cheek?
Yep.
My microphone's on my head. Why would I turn my head to call?
That was pretty amazing, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I appreciate the courtesy. Not coughing in the screen.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm actually enjoying some kava tea that I've let ferment for a week there in the old refrigerator.
Kava, my brother was telling me about that.
Dude, come over. I'll make you some.
Okay.
We'll have a kava party. Ryan, you want to come?
Sounds like a plan.
I don't know if I'll be drinking much, but I will give it a no thank you try.
Okay.
That's just a long way to go for a drink of anything.
Well, it's you don't have like one. It's like you make a night of it.
Is there alcohol? No, there can't be alcohol, right? Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, it's a ritualistic root. It comes from the Highlands.
Is this like kombucha adjacent?
No, kombucha is like this weird, like fungus ball that is good for your digestive health. No, this stuff. I think I've told this story on here before, but the first time I ever had this was with a bunch of Tongans.
Yes,
my boy. Yes, yeah, and I bought a.
I'd heard you talk about it, but I couldn't take place when. But as soon as you said Tongan, I'm like, yep.
Yeah, dude, I bought a kilo of this 6 months ago, and I don't go to it all the time, but when I'm having a particularly stressful day, I'm like, I'm gonna have a shaker or two of this root water and chill out for a little bit.
Is it better than your non-alcoholic bourbon?
Oh yeah, but it tastes like dirt. But at least I know that this is dirt and my body's relaxing, and
Yeah.
it's not pepper water that's going to piss me off.
Oh, shit.
I was supposed to bring that with me whenever I went to Sholo with Nate and Bobby and their kids, but I totally forgot about it, and so it's still sitting up in my cabinet. And I'll open up my cabinet for my vitamins and stuff and look at it and glare and go about my day.
That's a long time to still have it.
Well, I don't know what to do with it. Like, it doesn't taste good in a Coke. It doesn't, like, I don't feel like mixing old fashions and seeing, because I wasn't ever an old fashioned drinker anyway. So there's nothing relaxing about this. Like the whole purpose of this was supposed to be the distraction with the flavor of, but
right.
It's, so that now it's just it reminds me that, yeah, it reminds me it's nowhere, not good enough.
How's the kava taste?
It tastes like dirt.
Yeah. Do you make it into like a hot tea or a cold tea?
I kind of just drink it lukewarm.
Okay. Just mix with water?
Yeah, just mix it with water. I tried making it in the coffee pot just to try something different, and that didn't work. So ended up caking up a little bit. So I think I'm thinking about getting some of those when you make a single cup of tea, the tea eggs things. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. My mom has one. I don't know the name of them.
Metal tea bags is what I'm gonna call them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I think that might be the next thing I try. But no, I just mix it up in the shaker, sip on it.
And comes in like a ground powder form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have to find
my brother recommended that too.
1 second.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and mute his mic for a minute.
That was interesting.
No, that was good. That's dad mode, man. Shit starts popping off. You hit pause and just take care of it all day long.
Hell yeah, man. I envy that, dude. I wish I had young kids.
No, you
Not
don't.
right now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Mine are in the room next to me. I'm trying my hardest to be quiet, but I guarantee you they have been awake because they went to bed early tonight. And yeah, my wife was like, "Y'all are going to bed now."
Why do they have to go to bed so early?
Just because they had a long day, and it doesn't take long for them to get super cranky and just turn into nightmares. So, yeah, they definitely got put down earlier tonight. But
nice.
Yeah, man, craziness.
You guys got any plans this weekend?
I have 8 delivery stops tomorrow, so my plans are that tomorrow. Probably 10, 11-hour shifts. Yeah, I'm going all over the place. I'm going to Casa Grande tomorrow as well. As part of that, so I'm gonna probably do close to 200 miles. And then on Sunday, I'm doing hashtag lunch bag at the Monarch Theater downtown Phoenix. It is our first hashtag lunch bag event since the pandemic, so everybody's gonna come back together. I'm bringing my whole mobile rig, so I'm gonna do a live stream from Monarch, so that way all the people who don't get to see it and participate will be able to actually experience it from afar.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and then after that, we're supposed to do another Civic Cypher, a live version, just for the people that are there, because there are a bunch of volunteers that help us that are go-getters themselves, and so I'm not sure what the guys have planned, but they're going to do something, and then we're actually going to have our first pool party of the year, Memorial Day weekend. So you guys can, if you guys don't have plans already, you can make plans for that.
All right.
we have not thrown a party or any kind of get together in a long time. So
No, you guys haven't.
we just laid down 1,200 square feet of artificial turf in the backyard, moved all the rock that was back there to the front.
Yeah, that's what Des was telling me because she went and hung out with Val and Colleen last
Yeah.
weekend.
Yep. So yeah, we've just been busy. I've been working, doing these stack days and coming home and literally cutting AstroTurf with shears. So I have a giant blister. I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's my? Is that supposed to be me? No, it's not. That's supposed to be me, and it's still not me. So
There
I've
you
got this
go.
blister on my finger. You probably won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, there it is.
Bro.
There we go.
Fucking huge, dog. And that's just from shears, from cutting. So I'll be glad when we don't do that, when we're done with this, which we were very close to being done with it. It'll be done by next Sunday. But yeah, and then I have my.
Well, it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. It's supposed to only
like
be
88.
82.
Yeah, all of these deliveries tomorrow. I'm so happy it's gonna be cool, man. Because I'm not looking forward to this summer jump because it's coming.
Yep. Yeah, next weekend we're getting into triple digits.
Yep.
Oh yeah. About that triple digit.
Hi, baby Ruth.
You gonna say hi?
Hi, Ruth. Hi, Ruth.
You gonna say hi? Hi.
Hi.
You're talking this whole time, and now you're gonna be shy. Dude, she. No, you can't have any of this. Sorry. She. What? She is a hellion and a half lately, man. She's
Looks like an angel.
looks like. No, her thing now because she's showing interest in the potty, so we're trying to ease her into that direction. But that's just led to her being naked all the time. So I've got her diaper on, but she'll put a diaper on to pee in it and then rip it off and throw it and then. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
It's funny. She'll when we're taking the kids to school now, she'll recognize where the school is and she'll start saying bye, see you later, have a good day.
Aww.
Yeah, there's Paul. She yeah, but I mean she still does like super cute things, but she's like malicious behind it at the same time. Like
She's like a Sour Patch Kid.
yeah, she likes to kiss Marley,
Aww.
but like laying directly on top of her with all of her weight.
How is Marley doing?
Good, man. She's becoming more like aware, and
She's still more a lot quiet.
no, she's becoming more vocal and no. We have fun.
That's good. That's awesome.
But yeah, this life with these two baby girls is pretty rad, I'll tell you.
Oh, I could imagine.
Brittany said something on Instagram today about Scarlett started dating.
Isn't she 12?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Well, I don't know if I can put this out here. Well, yeah, I can. The person that is interested in her, last I heard, it was a non-binary person.
What does that mean?
Continue. They don't identify
like
as male or female.
Yeah. Yeah.
At 12?
Is it
Yep.
a girl or is it a?
I've never met them. I have no clue.
I don't know any male Scarlets, but
no. Scarlet is still a she her. I don't know.
it's the person that she's interested in.
That's interested in her. So
Interested in her. Ooh.
Yeah, so
Who gave you that information, Scarlett?
I hear it through the grapevine, aka my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So
does Scarlett know what that term means?
Yeah, apparently kids these days is what they talk about.
Bruh. You know how we were light years ahead of our kids or our parents? That's what we're running into, man. Because we didn't have dude, I had a pager in high school.
Yeah,
my
so
2-year-old knows how to unlock her iPad and then use voice commands to find the fucking show she wants, dog. It's unbelievable. And I'm proud, but it's like there's terror on the end of that. Like, that's frightening. Because it means that our learning curve is
really
going to be a lot steeper, and we got to be on top of that game. So,
thank you. Let's go see mommy. Okay, come on. Hey, if there's pee, you gotta go.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I don't know what that means in terms of because my kids are only 5 and almost 3, so like I've got a little time before I think that comes into play. But yeah, there's a lot of.
I've never heard my kids bring up those terms ever. They're in high school.
Yeah, but like I guess it's like they'll when they meet each other, they'll say, "Hi, here's my name and here's my pronouns."
Wow,
that is that has got to rile up a bunch of old-fashioned folks.
Oh, that if my dad were to hear that too, they would fucking floor him.
Dude, I'm sitting here in a Ron Paul t-shirt, so I'm obviously like, meh, whatever. live your life, whatever. Chase your dreams.
True that.
I
As
mean,
long as you're not hurting anybody, who cares?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like all of the homosexual wave that our generation experienced, and even before that, like that's the same thing, right? That's not identifying as what the traditional, whatever the hierarchy states. And it's about identity, right? So it's not about them not thinking they are an actual person. It's them not being convinced that what they are told they should be because it doesn't match what they feel, right? And that has very little to do with the influence of outside people as much as it is with them learning who they are. So, I'm 38. I'm still learning stuff on a daily basis. So, like, I can only imagine what these kids are going through.
Yeah,
and and how fast it's coming at them. Because, I mean, when did binary come into the mainstream conversation? Like a couple years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
5 years ago, maybe? Like, it's recent. It's very recent. So we're all learning in real time, and we have to adapt in real time, and then you have to be judged online in real time. So there's a lot more that goes into all of this stuff that we never considered that, bro. Never. Like if someone dressed funny,
not in a million.
or they talked, or they were very feminine, like that was like a caution, or like something that you would take notice of. But based off of your upbringing, like I went to a gay bar back in the town I grew up in, and like the guy who worked the door worked with me at the Mexican restaurant we worked at. And so when I showed up, I'm only 17 at the time, and so he goes, "Lil Harvey, what the fuck are you doing here?" He's this big butch gay dude, and I say butch. He's just this big, like he looked like Meatloaf, the rocker. He looked like Meatloaf, but he was gay as shit and cool as hell. And I had an amazing time, and I went there a few different times. And the ambiance, the people there, the love, that's what you hear in that circle. They made me feel comfortable. So like I got. And but I had to make the first move, right? I introduced myself to their situation, and I was respectful in their space. So they welcomed me with open arms. So, I know other people have not had great experiences or what are you're based off of your childhood. There's a lot of PTSD that affects the way that people see people that are unfamiliar or untraditional or not traditional. So yeah, man, it's but in terms of saying binary or referring to myself as he, him, like never in my life did I think about that until very, very recently. So these kids,
That's
man,
insane.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not,
Things all over the place. There we go.
like Paul. Imagine, like, never in my life would I have ever had to think of, hi, like I never had to come out to my parents as straight, like this. So I think for our generations and stuff, like this shit's, it's definitely confusing.
Oh, you never had to come out of state?
I'm sorry.
I said you never had to come out as straight?
No. Hey, congratulations on your cameo, babe. You did it. You're on the show.
She is not
The
happy.
joy of parenthood.
Dude.
Just another reminder for all of our single viewers. Like you said, live your life, enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah. No, I never had to come out as straight. I never had to. Like. So there's a lot of stuff that I have to check, because could this be something that these kids are just like going through that they're gonna work their way out of? Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
But like, who am I to deny these my kids, especially? Who am I to deny them of feeling themselves out, figuring out who they are?
Exactly.
So all I know
I've
is
definitely changed over the last few years. I mean, 5 years ago, if you would have had this conversation with me and said, "Hey, how would you feel if your son said he was gay?" I would have been like, "Fuck you, that ain't happening." My son's not. But now it's like, cause like Brian said, it's because my upbringing. I was raised, you're not gay. Gay people's wrong. That's completely wrong. Now I'm an Irish Italian Catholic, dude. It's like, it's man, woman, forever.
Right.
And so,
Hunter-gatherer,
now it's
yeah.
like, dude, yeah, exactly. But now it's like, as long as my kids are happy, like, and I'm so grateful they did not have to go through any of the bullshit I went through in high school. Like, they've had great high school experiences. They're both athletic. And so, shit, if now I had that conversation and my son were to say, "Dad, I'm gay," cool, man. Right on.
Man, I remember when I was in high school, I remember making shitty jokes all the time about, like, I've never seen a hot lesbian in real life. You're like, because I grew up in the Midwest, and so
Right.
all of the girls that were out were not traditionally attractive people. So I was like, whatever, they're just lesbians because you can't find a man.
No doubt.
Like that kind of thinking existed when I was growing up. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember, like, if I actually took the time and think about it, I don't remember seeing a quote unquote pretty lesbian, or at least knowing one in my circle. Like, they were butch, or it was obvious, very, 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 very obvious. Nowadays, I see so much stuff online with guys, especially with guys getting surprised by, whether it's an Adam's apple or just something that they didn't know, they weren't prepared for. And then they're like, oh, okay. But, being traditional, brought up in a traditional upbringing, like, they take that as, offense. Like, not that they took that as a compliment, that they got hit on by somebody that they weren't interested in. But they take it as like a, they don't want to be seen as being hit on. Like I remember the first time I got hit on by a guy, I didn't take kindly to it, not at all. And then after having a conversation and thinking about it, I was like, man, even gay dudes think I look cute.
So I remember being like, I wouldn't say like scared, like the gays are going to get me, but
Right.
like kind of worried about stuff like that too. And I went to I had snuck out to a party. It was just the next street over, because I was staying the night at my best friend's house, who was on the corner. But in reality, we went just the street over from my parents' house to go to this guy. I was a sophomore, he was a senior, but his name was Luke Hazlitt, and he was your stereotypical gay guy. You know, did his makeup, pranced around, had the lisp, and I was like, you know, whatever. I'm gonna go and live. You know, and I remember him being like, you know, I was just having a good time. We were all drinking and stuff. And he goes, you know, you're cute and buff, kind of. And I just went, thanks, man. And that was the end of me, end of me ever being like worried about gay dudes hitting on me. I was like, man, thank you. That was sweet.
See, I'll never forget the first time I had to. Unfortunately, I forgot who it was because they were on my amends list, which is step 9. But I was at a party, and it was out in Scottsdale, and this guy I was like, dude, is he fucking gay? And my buddy's like, I don't know, man. And he came over and came up behind me and did one of these numbers and rubbed his hand and like rubbed down on my chest. I turned around, pushed him, fucking hit him once and knocked him out. And I left the party. And I was like, I yelled some very negative slurs as I was leaving, and I was very ashamed of myself for doing that.
Well, let's break that down. First off, he violated your personal space. That's
True.
a no-no, whether you're best buds, whether you're coworkers, whether whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there is a sentiment, there is a common understanding that if you don't know somebody, don't do that. Like, that's
True.
never cool. So the fact that you were upset is validated. The way that you reacted, though, is another thing. So
Right.
yeah. So I mean, you had reason to blow up like that, but yeah, you definitely, you know, can handle it in a less demeaning manner.
Civilized manner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was cool with the whole story up until the slurs. You know, because like I would have done the, like, man, I would have done the same shit. But
I mean, it's either that or you grab the wrist and you do a judo flip and then they're on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, and then you look at them like, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for someone to sneak attack me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, but the violation of your personal space like that, that opens the door to a whole bunch of nonsense. So,
are you into?
Yeah, dude. When I was a bartender at Margarita Rocks, dude, I used to have this group of gay guys that would come in. They would tip the shit out of me, dude. I had no problem with them.
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever had. The only time I ever had a weird experience with a gay guy was I was drunk, and I got off the wrong light rail stop. So I was like, I'm not that far from the apartment. I'll walk home. I was like 5 miles from the apartment, and this dude pulls up and he's like, "Do you want to ride?" And I said, "I'm hammered. I don't know you. Sure."
I like one of the stories going already.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a normal thing. Just talking about, how'd your night go? It was okay, and I was like, I obviously not coming home with any ladies tonight, and just shooting the shit. He pulls into the parking lot. I say, "Thanks for the ride, man." And he goes, "You're welcome." And he grabs the back of my head and leans in, and I was like, "Sorry, bro.
wow.
I do appreciate you, though." I do appreciate you, though. I got out and ran up to my apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the closest I've ever been to a. That was my attempted assault, I guess. But No, he was cool about it. He's like, "Oh, you're not gay?" I'm like, no. Thanks.
Yeah, it's not like you've never gotten the wrong impression from a girl.
Right.
You know,
So
it's the same thing. So
Yeah.
you just didn't get into the car expecting that experience. So
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not. I don't hold grudges against this man who's like nice.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, when I was at Luster, when I was DJing up there doing the pool parties during the summer, you get all kind of gay dudes out there, and they feel comfortable because a few of them that were regulars lived up in the condos, or in the hotel, and so they would come down and I would party with them for 4 hours, and they would buy me drinks, and I would play music that I knew that they liked. Like, it was part of the scene. Like, they were just there. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure that you're represented. Oh, I see some other people. Make sure you're represented. So that way everybody gets, that's one of the things as a DJ you're able to do, is you're able to see people, connect with them through the medium of music, and then it breaks down all the walls that you would run into otherwise. But, I've definitely had some gay dudes come up and like flirt with me, and I just had to make sure that I conveyed that I wasn't interested outside of my wedding ring or whatever else, and it is what it is. Like, it's just it's like all they can do is say no, and I say no, so that's it.
Nice.
How did we?
Well,
get here?
gents.
Binary. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, you got to go play pool.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to go on a date night.
Is Des giving you the eye right now?
No.
No,
I'm
okay.
up in our room. But I just told her, she asked how long this would be. I was like, oh, we're typically about hour 15.
Yep. We are at an hour and 12 minutes currently. So.
Dang, Paul, calling that
sir.
shit.
Nailed it.
Nice.
We'll say
My
hello to
memory's
Des.
still there a little bit.
Yeah. Say hello to Des for us. We haven't had her chime in
40 years. Oh, hey, if you go and look at the analytics on our YouTube page, that the episode that we had Des on was titled "Angela White Not So Nice."
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's one of our most viewed episodes, just because
Of course.
fucking horny dudes looking for
That's
porn stars on
hilarious.
YouTube.
That's so funny.
That's awesome, dude.
Well, so we did something else too. It was something like one of our episodes is called like micro penis energy or something, little dick energy, and that one got a fuckload of spikes too, and it was getting recommended by like dudes looking for dicks and like male porn stars and stuff.
Well, your target market.
Man,
Oh, that's awesome.
we're going to call this one mental health and my first gay experience. It's going to fucking blow up.
Oh, yeah. just call it Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road.
My journey on Rainbow Road.
my dive into water sports.
I will leave it. I will just put ... ellipses when I upload it, and then it's all you, sir. That's yours.
Dude, I'll probably just call it "Welcome Back, Paul." But
Just in the show notes. In the show notes, you can
there's a lot of stuff that I could title it that I think would be hilarious, but
no,
wouldn't be to
save that for the keywords and the alt text. That'll still get the same traffic without being the headline.
Yep. Oh, YouTube, you beautiful bastard. Oh, hey, Ryan, when we're done, I want to talk to you real quick.
Roger that.
We'll let Mr. Rowe go on his date.
Sounds good.
Well, gents, it was a pleasure being back. Love you both very much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the night.
Love you too, brother.
Love you, man.
Right on.
Have a good night.
Love you guys. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard. Paul just left.
And that'll be it. All right, folks. Until next time.
Yep.
Paul leaving appropriate.